Hey, what is up guys? My name is Griefdrums and today we are going to be taking a look at patch 4.1 for Rainbow Six Siege. Now for those of you that don't know, today the 25th of August sees patch 4.1 released, in which a hell of a lot of balancing is going on in the game. In a recent patch, Pulse was buffed through the changing of his cardiac sensor, meaning that he can much more easily track exactly where people are at a distance of up to around 13 meters. This, coupled with the fact that he can put away his gadget really quickly by tapping the change weapons button, meant that he was a wallbang king. The one positive to this aspect is that it gave a huge buff to IQ, and we started seeing more and more teams picking her. But due to the community's complaints, coupled with the fact that he was picked by almost every defensive team, meant the devs felt that he needed another pass. As a result, we are seeing a drop in range for his gadget from 13 to 9 meters, as well as an increased delay in the time it takes him to put that sensor away. Instead of the current 0.8 seconds, it's going to change to 1.2 seconds. Exactly how much of a difference that makes remains to be seen, but I guess we'll find out in the coming week. Pulse's biggest nerf, along with Valkyrie and several other operators, is the semi-auto shotgun balancing that is going on. Both medium and short range damage is being decreased by a whopping 25 to 30%. That's insane. Further to this, the cone in which the pellets shoot from the gun is being increased by 1.5 degrees, which is roughly 10% more spread. Now, I don't get this change at all. Shotguns in the game are powerful, there's no doubt about it. But if you keep your distance with an assault rifle, you will win every time. In previous versions of the game, shotguns just weren't used. In the first season, no one picked shotguns, and that's because they were crap. Now, they're pretty good, and people use them, and they get nerfed. I'm sorry, but I can't see why. If you're close quarters against someone with an ACOG, you should be winning that firefight every time. That's the point of a shotgun, and I'm really worried that people won't use them anymore. The devs have stated that they want to make them devastating at short range, but lessen the damage at medium and long range. So why have they reduced the damage at short and medium? I'm not sure if this is an error in the patch notes or if I'm just missing something, but that makes no sense to me at all. There are several user interface touches that are being amended in the patch 2, in the form of the red cross when people die at the top becoming a little bit brighter, as a lot of times it can be a struggle to see who is still up and how many people you're facing just at a quick glance. On top of this, there have been 11 gameplay fixes, 17 operator fixes, 14 map, 6 gameplay fixes, and so on. All ranging from the glitch of shooting out thermite charges on reinforced hatches from below, through to the Assassin's Creed charms being slightly offset. The list is pretty big. I'm really glad to see that changes to the game are still continuing and that improvements are still being made, but I will admit, I for one am a little worried about the main changes we're seeing here. But hey, let's give it some time and see how it goes. One last thing is that on the 23rd we saw the addition of a few new headgears in the form of wrestling masks for Caveira and Twitch, which I don't quite understand. I've got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of them. If you are, then great. I'm just getting a little bit fed up that some of my favourite operators still don't have decent headgear. Thatcher is still struggling, Twitch doesn't have anything decent, IQ, the majority of hers are terrible. I was so excited to see her new headgear when all of the Suicide Squad clown versions were released. Some of them look awesome, I mean Glazes and Rooks look amazing. So when I knew that IQ was getting one, I was buzzing. Unfortunately, it looks retarded. I mean, the thing is huge. It just doesn't look very good at all, and I was really disappointed by that. I'm just a little bit disappointed that we haven't seen any proper character customization yet in the form of uniforms. Now, I like the idea of headgears and charms. You're making your character a little bit more interesting, but when are we going to get the option to make the character our own? I want to make Ash unique to me, like in this picture of the character model designs. I want to change her knee pads and the boots that she's wearing and put different camouflage colours on the operators so that I'm not dressed all in black on Yacht. And instead of a bright orange helmet for Jaeger and neon face paint for Capital, let's hope we can start to see some different ammo pouch selections for Thermite that increase the speed of the reload. Or perhaps they could increase the amount of ammo that he can carry or something like that. Something more akin to Rainbow Six Vegas. Unfortunately, we're still yet to see any new changes to Tachanka, who is still terrible, and Montagna is still going to go unpicked. But on the whole, the gameplay fixes, the operator fixes, you know, a lot of the stuff is really good, and I am really, really pleased that the devs are still working on this. So please don't take this as me complaining, not by a long shot. I am pleased that this stuff is coming in. I just don't really agree with everything that is happening, and I feel it's a little bit too much at once to certain operators. Anyway, these are just my thoughts, but I would love to hear yours. What do you think of these changes? Are you happy with them? Are you gutted because you've been wrecking with Pulse for ages now? Let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to beat the hell out of that like button. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.
That'll be the 8.